Okay, so today's microbiology lecture, we are going to see the different branches of the microbiology. Actually, microbiology is a broad subject, and if we see the specific meaning of the microbiology, that is the study of the microorganism. But this study of the microorganism deals in different aspects. Now we are going to see what are the different branches, or you can also see in this a classification manner of the microbiology. But these are a little, or you can say the slight variation between the classification or the branches. Because if we are talking about the classification, so in that manner, we are just and only specified to the microbiological classification. But as the branches, if we are talking about like the branches of the microbiology, they can be associated with the other branches of biology or other discipline like the physics, chemistry. Basically, branches have a combination of different aspects of a particular subject. But if we are talking about classification, classification deal with the specific variant to their under subdivisions. So that's why we will be seeing the classification also, and we are going to see the branches of the microbiology. Both the things we going to see. So basically, if we talk about the very two broad spectra of the microbiology, so there will be the two kind of the microbiology. First and very important, that is a pure microbiology. Okay, in this kind of the microbiology, we do not see any kind of association with any other discipline. Okay, so whatever the thing which is going to come under this microbiology, that is purely associated with the microorganism. No any other interference will be going to come under this pure microbiology. Like the interference, like if we talk about the biotechnology, or we are combining biotechnology with microbiology, that will never going to come under the pure microbiology. But if we talk about the applied microbiology, so in this we can see the microbiological application in different disciplines, like how microbiology can be going to be helpful in the biotechnology, or how they are going to be helpful inside the immunology, medical microbiology, environment microbiology. So these are the terms, or you can say these are the field which come under the applied microbiology. So that's why we name them in a two manner. We can call, if something is purely associated with the microbiology, we will call them the pure microbiology. But if they have something in combination with some other discipline, then we are going to call them the applied microbiology. Now we see the introduction part here. The branches of microbiology can be classified into pure and applied. We just talked about it, like the how we can classify them on the pure basis of microbiology and the applied sciences. So the microbiology can be classified based on the taxonomy. In the case of the bacteriology, mycology, or protozoology or phycology. I think some of the terms you already heard about, like the bacteriology. So basically, if we are going to see this type of microbiological branches, they are the derived from the classification. If we talk about, I just told you that the classification and branches, they have a slight variation in them. But if we are going to study these kind of the terms, bacteriology, mycology, protozoology, or phycology, they are basically classified, or they are basically derived from the microbiological classification. Because microorganisms, they are going to involve the bacteria, they are going to involve the fungi, protozoans, and algae. As bacteriology is a study of bacteria, mycology is a study of fungi, protozoology is the study of protozoans, and phycology is the study of algae. So these are terms which are closely related to the microbiology. So that's why we can put them under the pure microbiology. Or if they are going to associate with some other discipline, then we will be consider them in the applied microbiology. There is a considerable overlap between the specific branches of the microbiology, with each other and with other discipline. So there are some overlapping. Means overlapping is like the microorganism. They are not just they are having the broad application spectrum. Means they can be applicable in the environmental things. They can be applicable in the textile industry. Applicable in the variant, you can say the variant discipline can combine microorganism in them. So that's why this microbiology cannot be put self into the only discipline inside the microbiology. Even there are many other disciplines which have to be related for their effective functioning with the microorganism. So certain aspect of these branches can extend beyond the traditional scope of microbiology. So that if we see the trained or you can see the traditional or old version of the microbiological study, they are just going to involve these things: bacteria, virus, protozoas, or fungi or alga. These are the major component of the microbiological studies. But as we already seen that the microorganisms are not just associated to these disciplines or other discipline which have or which they are taking the need, or you can say they are going to take many things from the microorganism and helping them to developing their discipline. So that's why this is the core reason why the applied microbiology come in the existence. In general, the field of microbiology can be divided into the more fundamental branches like the pure microbiology and applied microbiology. Sometimes we can also get the biotechnology if the applied microbiology is used in any biotech thing. Okay, if they are using in a biosciences in applied version, then we can also call them the biotechnology. In the more fundamental field, the organism are studied as the subject itself on a deeper theoretical level. So, fundamental field of an organism means just as we talk about the mycology, phycology. So, basically, this area, this field is just related to some specific kind of microorganism. So that's why this is a very important need to classify the microorganism, and we made the study based on the specific kind of microorganism, because in that scenario we can study them in a very deeper or finer level. So applied microbiology referred to as a field where the microorganisms are applied in certain process such as brewing, fermentation. The organism itself are often not studied as much but applied to sustain certain process. So in what happened in applied microbiology, not the whole focus is on microbiology, or you can say not the whole focus on only on the microorganism, but what is the major why we are studying them in applied version, because how they can be used to make in certain process, or how can we make them useful to do something more. So basically applied microbiology is, you can say, the application version of the microorganisms. These are some fields of the microbiology, like the some of them are applied and some of them are the pure kind of microbiology, like environmental microbiology, industrial microbiology that is purely applied, agricultural microbiology, this is also a kind of applied, genomics, proteomics, that is also applied, system biology, cell biology, microbial genetics, microbial metabolism, microbial diversity, synthetic biology, bioinformatics, microbiological quality control, genetic engineering, molecular biology. These are the discipline to basically involve the microorganism to make something good. Or you can say they are going to combine the microorganism in their original process. Like industry has several other things to do. They are not just dependent on the microorganism to do every process inside the industry, but they can be rely for some process for the, or you can say on the microorganism, or the some process of the industry can be associated with the microorganism. So in that scenario only we can call them the industrial microbiology, but not the, they are not totally perspective or focus on a one thing, but they are the combined form of the two things. There's also some areas of the applied branches like medical, pharmaceuticals, industrial, microbial, food microbiology, or agricultural microbiology. Now we will see the terminology, like what term means for what kind of study. Bacteriology is the study of bacteria. So now the thing which you all have to be remember, that what is the meaning of a specific term, or what is the meaning of these terms in the sense of their working, like what kind of a study we can be possessed under the microbiological studies. Bacteriology, study of bacteria. Mycology, that will be referred for the studying the fungi, as we already studied in the second semester, that the study of fungi is called the mycology. Protozoology, that is the study of protozoa. Phycology, that also can be known as algology, because this is the study of alga. Parasitology, if we are going to study about the parasites, so that study will be called as parasitology. Immunology, when we are talking about how the microorganism going to help in our immune system, basically vaccines. So the study of the immune system, that will be majorly governed by the immunology. There is something more things in the immunology. In my perspective, I don't think so. Immunology is only dependent of the microbiology, but yes, 70 to 80% of the part of immunology is totally dependent on the microorganisms. Virology, that is the study of virus. Nematology, the study of nematodes. Now that we see the some further pure microbiological aspects, in another term is microbial cytology. So cytology, you all know that this is cytology when we study about the cell. So the study of microscopic and submicroscopic detail of the microorganism. So not everything is so microscopic about the microorganism. Some of the microorganism we can slightly see them without the microscope. So in that case, we call them the submicroscopic details. Microbial physiology. So physiology, in physiology, what we study about some function, their structure, their functionality. So if we're talking about that how a microbial cell functions, okay, any kind of microbial cell, what are their function, what are their biochemistry, and how they grow, what are their metabolism work and their cell structure. These all the things are going to be concluded under the microbial physiology. Next is here microbial pathogenesis. So pathogenesis is always study about the pathogens, which happens to be microbes. So we already studied not the all 100% of the microorganisms are good. Some of the like 5 to 10% microorganism can cause the diseases. They can show the pathogen characteristics. So studying these kind of diseased bacteria or bad bacteria, we can do it under the microbial pathogenesis. Microbial ecology. So ecology, that is how the microorganisms are related to the environment. Ecology is a science, or you can say ecology is a science when interaction between the environmental factor can be done. This is, if we're talking about the microbial ecology, we are solely talk about how microorganisms going to help or harm the environment, and how environment going to nourish the microorganisms. Next is here microbial genetics. This is also very important even in today's world. Like if we talk about genetic engineering, recombinant DNA technology, or you can say further genomics, proteomics, they are solely reliable on the microbial genetics, because microorganisms are very fast rapid structures. If you wanted to see any result, if you discover something, or if you wanted to test it out, so you can easily use any kind of microorganism and see how they are going to affect on it. Or you can easily, in simplest one, they are very role model organism or experimental design for the researchers. So, the study of how genes are organized and regulate in microbes in relation to their cellular functions closely related to the field of molecular biology. So, these microbial genetics, that is, you can say this is a base for the molecular biology. So, any molecular technique which we wanted to perform, we need some kind of bacteria or virus to do the function. Like vectors we use in the recombinant DNA technology, or cloning. So the vector is what vector? Vector are mostly the bacterias or sometimes they are virus. So these are the things, these are the microorganisms. And if we do not have vector, we can never be obtain the process of cloning or recombinant DNA technology or genetically modified organism, because all of they need a carrier, and carriers are the microorganisms. So that's why this microbial genetics is very important. Cellular microbiology. This is a discipline bridging microbiology and cell biology. So this is also important, like how microbiology going to affect the cell biology. Because when we study about a microbial cell and we analyze it in comparison to the other cellular structure, we will find something new. Because every cell of any microorganism, they possess different type of enzymes in them. Some possess antioxidants, some produce some kind of dyes, or sometimes every cellular aspect of a microorganism, they have different kind of variation inside their cell. So that's a cellular studies with the microorganism basis that will be unique for the study. Evolutionary microbiology, as the evolution changes in accordance to the time. So the study of evolution of microbes, this field can be subdivided into the microbial taxonomy and microbial systematics. So now here two things which come under the evolutionary microbiology. Taxonomy, we know the classification. So simply, if we wanted to study the classification of microorganism, we can simply go under the microbial taxonomy. Microbial systematics, if we study the diversity and genetic relationship among the microorganism, we can go for the microbial systematics. Generation microbiology. So the study of microorganisms that have the same character as their parents. So this is called the generation microbiology. Not every microorganism have the same character as their parents have, because they are very susceptible for the variation or mutation. They can be easily mutated. You can easily mutate any kind of microorganism by having some changes in their genetic makeup. So that's why generation microbiology deal with their similar character between their parents and the offsprings. System microbiology. So this is a discipline bridging system biology and microbiology. So what is system microbiology? Actually, system microbiology deal with the numerical microbiology, or you can say the mathematical microbiology, or sometimes we can call them the mathematical, and also like if we wanted to analyze something in the like the protein or the genome analysis, we are having some structure in a protein structure or some nucleotide sequences, but we don't know what are the nucleotide sequences they are, or what kind of genome analysis that is, or what protein structure we are having. We don't know the name. In that scenario, we go for a data. We are already having some software, some data on which we have all the detail about the genomic structure of mostly all the organism present on Earth. So in that scenario, system microbiology, when we can analyze any one data, or you can say we can analyze any genetic makeup based on the system biology, that will call as system microbiology. So we can see this is a numeric form of the microbiological studies. Molecular microbiology. So molecules, we all have the molecular level studies inside our body. So if we talk about the molecular studies of the microbiology, they just deal with, most of the time they deal with genetics. So that's a molecular microbiology that is also related to the genetics of the microbiology. Phylogeny, the study of genetic relationship between different organisms. So if we see the similarity or differences among the organism, that will come under the phylogeny. Now others, you can say other kind of detail in the microbiology, this they don't come under the pure microbiology, like the astromicrobiology, the study of microorganism in outer space. So that is called astromicrobiology. Why we are doing this? We wanted to see how the space effect on the microorganism. Like every habitat have an effect on the organism that how they live. Like we see that a hydrophytes have a different kind of plant in them. Xerophytes plant have different habitat. So basically, habitat effect on the plant adaptation. So the different condition can be effect on the microbial diversity or microbial growth. So basically, in astromicrobiology, the studies have to be done on the microorganism in the outer space, not in the Earth's condition, but in the outer space condition. We can synthetically also provide the out space condition. Not we don't have to go in the space or in the galaxy and then we are going to study about microbiology. That is not like that. We can synthetically provide the condition of like outer space on the earth only in a vacuum chamber or any possibilities. So in that case we can analyze how the microorganism react to the outer space conditions. Next is biological agents, the study of those microorganisms which are being used in weapon industry. This is also it is rare, not very common, like microbiological agents which use as a weapon. Weapon in the case, like when sometime these microorganisms contain metal inside them. Okay, some are having this metallic quantities inside them, minute quantities. Some also have the radioactivity inside them. That based on what kind of microorganism they are. This kind of unique microorganisms or some microorganism even can cause a disease. So some can mold them into the weaponry and use them inside the war, and sometimes that is very rare, not every time it can be used, but not in an actual war. We can use in a weapon for construction mostly. Nanomicrobiology. So nanomicrobiology deal with the nano level microorganism. So mostly microorganism are level or you say micrometers. But if we talk about the microorganism which are also very small, even in the nano level, then we can that study or that microbiological study which deal with the very tiny kind of the organisms, we can call them the nanomicrobiology. Predictive microbiology. So, what happened in the predictive microbiology? The quantification of relation between controlling factor in food and response of pathogenic and spoilage microorganism using mathematical model. So basically, what happened in predictive, like we can predict as a simple, we can predict like in this condition or in this kind of nutrition, this microorganism will be growing in a double, or you can say like if we use 10 microorganism at a plate and we give them the nutrition, and there is a calculation that after having this nutrition, they are going to quantify, they are going to, you can say they are going to double their population. So in these kind of quantification study, quantification is quantity based studies. So quantity based studies of the microorganism on a subjective kind of nutrition, or you can say on a specific kind of nutrition, in the mathematical model, if we doing these all study combinedly, this will become under the predictive microbiology. So it's a maths of on the quantitative parameter on the microorganisms. Now the applied microbiology, if we see here, medical microbiology. This is a study of pathogenic microbes and the role of microbe in human illness. That is very common. That we study the microorganism, how they can cause a disease inside. So the thing which deal with not only the disease, they can also cure us. So basically, the pharma, immunology, pathology, epidemiology, tumor micro. So these all come under the collectively all come under the medical microbiology. So this microbial pathogenesis and epidemiology. This is a study of the causing the disease, and epidemiology means skin diseases mostly. So that these things can be caused by the microorganism. Immunology. So not only a microorganism cause disease, they also cure disease. So curing the disease can be by some are having the special kind of enzyme activity which can be made or converted into the drugs, and even some of the microorganism and virus can be used in making vaccines. So this area of microbiology also covers the study of human microbiota, cancer, and the tumor microenvironment. So these all things like how we can use this inside the studying the cancer and tumor microenvironment. Basically, we send some special kind of the microorganism inside the body to detect these kind of information. They are called the marker microbes, or you can say they can be called as a marker bags or marker bacteria, because they are having some special kind of a specialty to bind a specific area. We know that if we are sending this microorganism, they are surely going to bind the cancer cell. So if their binding can be confirmed, so there is a this is kind of detection technique. So we can detect any tumor cell or cancer cell within the patient. So that's why in this case they can be used in the detection of disease. Pharmaceutical microbiology, that is study of microorganisms that are related to the production of antibiotics. Okay, so pharma is all about making medicines. So in this case, how the microorganisms are going to use, they can produce antibiotics, they can produce enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, and other pharmaceutical product and cause pharmaceutical contamination and spoils. So basically, these can be helpful when they are going to helpful when they are making these pharma good thing, antibiotic, enzyme, vitamin, vaccine. These are the beneficial thing for us, but sometimes they can also contaminate them. Contamination is, you can say, the favorite thing of microorganisms. They can do it anywhere. Maybe sometimes their contamination is not that toxic, but they can be easily applicable to destroy some molecular basis of any drug or any enzyme activity. So they can be contamination or spoil also, but most of the time, if we are using a specific kind of bags or a specific kind of any microorganism, they can be used in a pharmacological microbiology. Industrial microbiology, so the exploration of the micro for use in industrial process like fermentation, wastewater treatment, biotechnological industry, brewing industry. So these are the industry which are using the microorganism as for the cleaning. Sometimes they like the wastewater treatment. Wastewater treatment, what we do, we release some kind of bacteria which are able to eat all the hard or complex material, or you can say complex impurities present inside the water. So these microorganisms, they are designed to eat all the bad thing from the water, and when they eat up all the bad things, they are going to convert the complex bad thing into the simplest form where water is no longer toxic. So basically, they are reducing the toxicity in the wastewater treatment by converting the complex, you can say, the complex thing into the simplest form. Fermentation, you know, the fermentation we already studied in the last lecture, all about the fermentation. Biotechnology industry, we know we can research lab, the in the research lab we can use the microorganism. When in the genetic engineering and also in the recombinant DNA technology, they are related to the biotechnology. So this field can also brewing industry. So these are the basic industrial microbiological applications. Now, the microbial biotechnology, we already studied about this, so we'll let it you. Food microbiology. So, the study of microorganism causing the food spoilage, food burn, illness. So, any kind of the bad thing that has to be come through towards the microorganism via the food, that will be under, studying under the food microbiology. So any kind of like the when we see the food is going to be in a bad condition, that can be caused by, most of the time that was caused by the fermentation process or the microorganism. So all this is study come under the food microbiology. Agricultural microbiology, that is also important, because in agriculture there are several microorganisms which used as a biofertilizers. Okay, normally fertilizers, we can see that there are two kind of fertilizer which can be used to increase the plant health or the yield of the crop. So in that case, we can use this microorganism as a biofertilizers. So as a biofertilizers, they are going good impact on the plant growth and develop and increasing the nutrient uptake from the soil. So this all thing how they can be related to the agriculture. This thing you can understand or study under the agriculture microbiology. Plant microbiology or plant pathology that deal how the microorganism deal with the plant. So how they interact with the plant. So this is simply the interaction between the plant and microorganism that come under the plant microbiology or plant pathology. Soil microbiology. So soil have a lot of microorganisms in them. So study of those microorganisms that are found inside the soil, that is called the soil microbiology. Veterinary microbiology. You can see there are a lot of fields which come under the microbiology. All you have to remember is their term, what the meaning of these terms. Nothing other than that. That will be enough if you're going to remember that what this specific term means. Veterinary microbiology. So this study is a role of microorganism in the veterinary medicines. So veterinary, I think you know the deal with animals, animal study or the doctor of animals they call veterinarian. So the veterinary medicines, how these microorganisms use, that will be related to the animal taxonomy also. Environmental microbiology. So environmental microbiology, in this we know that how the microorganism going to deal with the natural things or natural environment. So we basically in this we can see their habitat, in what kind of habitat or in what places these microorganisms present in the environment. Like the rhizosphere, they are going to present in the roots of the plant. Phyllosphere, on the surface of the plant. Soil, ground earth ecosystem, open oceans, extreme environment like extremophiles where the temperature is so high, or any extreme condition like sometimes the pH is very high, sometimes the salinity is very high. So in the kind of living in a very extreme condition that come under extremophiles. So these are the conditions in which microorganism can grow inside the environment. Yeah, these are the last. These fields include other branches of microbiology such as microbial ecology we studied about related as microbially mediated nutrient cycle. This is important, like how the microorganisms are related for the nutrient cycle. So basically, what is nutrient cycling? Nutrient cycling is like nutrients is present inside the soil. Okay, plant take up those nutrients from the soil. So how the microorganism in a first place going to help plant to take the nutrients from the soil, and after when the plant take up these nutrients inside the plant, microorganism can also help some plants to cover that nutrient portion inside their food or whatever they are going to make, fruit or the crop or the any cereal, legume, anything. So the thing which they are going to make as their fruit, so in that the nutrient portion, now we are going to eat that nutrients inside our body, humans, animal, anywhere. So inside our body, microorganisms are dealing with these nutrients in the breakdown process or the catalyzation or anabolism, catabolism. So in that process also microorganisms are going to help. After then when we excrete out, they are going to again going to assimilate inside the soil. Then also microorganism going to help in this process. So this is called nutrient cycle. The nutrient is from one place to another place, and in this whole process, the microorganism going to help on each and every step. Geomicrobiology. Geomicrobiology deal with like how the earth has been formed. Okay, so geology studies is geological artifacts like mountain, or you can say the sea, or ghats, or you can say the lakes formation. So basically, geology is the study of earth in that scenario. geomicrobiology is related how a particular geological artifact has been made, like rocks. So in these rocks, if we see the fossil study, we not even the fossil study. If we are going to study any kind of rock, we are going to find some microorganism in them. So basically, nature of any geological artifact is also dependent of some kind of microbial diversity present in them. So in that case, the study of these microorganisms which have been used in formation of that particular geological artifact, that is called a geomicrobiology. Microbial diversity, in this we can study about how many microorganisms are present around in environment or in the environment. Bioremediation. Okay. Bioremediation is related with the how microorganisms are going to clean air, water, and soil. Remediation means emit karna. It's like bad things has to be emitted out. And if they are going to happen by some biotic things, by some microorganism, by some living thing, that process is called a bioremediation. So, in the bioremediation process, they basically clean all the pollutants from the air, soil, or water. Water microbiology. So, in this is the aquatic microbiology. So, any kind of microorganisms which are present inside the water, they come under the water microbiology. Aeromicrobiology, so in air microorganisms, so this is the kind of habitat. Some microorganisms present in water, some present in air. So the study of airborne microorganisms called aeromicrobiology, the study of those microorganisms then can be grow and live inside the water. They will be under the water microbiology and biotechnology. This is related to recombinant DNA technology or genetic. So basically, in this, we can mold any genetic makeup of microorganism or make them something else. So these are very different kind, or you can say how diverse the microbiology. So you can say microorganism. We cannot able to see them, but they are everywhere, and we are using them everywhere. In most of the discipline that is related to the science, they are using microorganism. Some of the discipline they didn't end up here, like they also used in the physical quantitative analysis. Sometimes the mathematical analysis also used micro. If we wanted to analyze the mathematical geographical conditions of a specific area, not the geomicrobiology didn't add up that. So in that case also these microbiology or you can say microorganism going to help them analyze particular mathematical aspects also. These are the common things which come under the microbiology section. Okay, these are some references. You can also go through them if you wanted to study more about the areas of microbiology. Okay, that's for all.